Hello everyone, Mr. Jones again. Hope you're all doing well. Today I get the lucky privilege of teaching you a little bit about rockets and letting you experiment and have lots of fun with the rockets that you can build. Just on Saturday we had 2 astronauts launch into space with the SpaceX program. That's super exciting and great timing for what we're doing. Our rockets are not going to take us into space, however they do use a similar propulsion system. And basically what we're going to do is inside a film canister, and you'll notice that the lid pops off and it just squishes back on, a little snap here. Okay, so inside this film canister we're going to combine 2 things: water, which you'll have, and Alka Seltzer tablets, which are provided in your bag. The Alka Seltzer tablets are basically just made of citric acid and sodium bicarbonate, but when the water and the Alka Seltzer tablets come together, a chemical reaction happens. You have all this bubbling and fizzing. A gas called carbon dioxide is released, and when it's released inside this canister, the pressure builds up and builds up and builds up until eventually you can't take it anymore. So once we combine what we need to do, we put our Alka Seltzer in and our water, and we put it down flat within sometimes seconds, maybe 10 to 15 seconds in some cases. And then the pressure builds up and this portion of it is going to launch super high in the air. That's why this activity needs to be done outside. You can certainly make it and prepare it and get everything ready inside, but it's definitely meant to be an outside activity. Also, speaking of outside, you're gonna need your safety goggles. This activity has the potential that if you're not careful, it could launch and hit you in the face or in the eye. The safety glasses will obviously protect you from that. I haven't had any students yet have been hit in the eye, but definitely we included the safety goggles just in case when you were sanding your funeral barge, or now the safety goggles help keep things out of your eyes. So out of your bag, you're going to need the 2 film canisters. You're going to need your safety goggles. Those weren't in the bag, they're in the box. You are going to need your markers, which were also in the box, the scissors, your 2 index cards, which were in the bag, the 5 packets of Alka Seltzer, which each have 2 tablets each. So, the 10 tablets of Alka Seltzer, the tape, and a couple of paper towels would be very handy so you can kind of clean up the mess as it occurs. If not, you can just clean up at the end. You'll also need to supply your own water. I happen to have some water here in a graduated cylinder, but you can bring it out in a plastic cup, anything that you have that can contain the water. So basically, this chemical reaction that occurs is going to launch your rocket. After you watch this and you have a chance to design and experiment, there's a couple other videos I want you to watch. One was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and it was pretty incredible. And then there's another one that has even more specific directions, so if you don't remember anything that I have, but it also has another video of a gentleman that went on a news broadcast and helped launch some Alka Seltzer rockets with the newsman. All right, so let's basically start with how do you want to decorate your rocket. I have a couple here that I've already pre-decorated. This one here, well, I didn't really go crazy with the decorating, but I did turn it into what looks more like a rocket. This one only has 3 fins, 1, 2, 3. You can vary that. You can do multiple, 4, 5, 3, 2, try different ones. And this is a little on the shorter side. I also have a larger rocket here that it all depends on how you hold the index card. So I will demonstrate quickly. If this is your rocket, you always want to leave your end with the cap clear. And if you wrap your index card around, you'll notice that you have plenty to go all the way around if you hold it horizontally. Almost so much where it overlaps quite a bit. So what I did was I just taped this piece on, got it to where it would overlap a little, and then I cut off all the extra so it wouldn't add any extra weight. This will create the shorter rocket here, and then with your second index card you can trace out a circle, maybe the bottom of a cup or something. Trace out a circle, okay, and once you have that circle cut out, you can cut off a piece, maybe about 1/4, and then you can just bend this to now create a cone that will go on the top. You could vary the size of how big your opening is to vary the height or depth of your cone. You can even vary the height or the size of your circle. To do this one here, instead of rolling the index card this way, you'll actually do it the long way. And when you're doing it the long way, you're going to have just enough, so you won't need to cut it. You'll notice as I do that, it just barely connects. You'll want to put some tape on there, connect it in the middle, connect it at the top, and this will get you your longer one. This one here happens to have 4 fins. It is totally up to you to experiment. I would suggest that you keep one of your film canisters to experiment on your own so that you can experiment without any added extra weight, and then maybe do one of the other designs I just showed, which will allow you to maybe take away air resistance with the cone. Maybe it will streamline your shape. Maybe the fins will help it fly straighter. There's a lot of different things that you can play around with. So just remember, anytime that you're gonna do this, you wanna make sure that if you're gonna tape it to the actual canister, you do not wanna tape it where you have to pull off the cap and put the cap back on. That's where your fuel is gonna go, okay? When we go to launch it, I will demonstrate that for you, and it will be in another video. All right, I look forward to seeing your designs. Please take pictures of your rockets when they're built, and please, please, please take video of you launching your rockets. I'm very excited to see it. I'm gonna show you some of the videos that I have created already, and I'll put them after this. All right, so I will show you how to do it in a minute on my front lawn. Okay, here we go. Remember to wear your safety glasses if for some reason you didn't get any in your box or you can't find them. Sunglasses or regular glasses will do fine, but please protect your eyes. I have multiple cups of water here with varying heights. How well you can see that. This one only has a little bit. This one has nearly half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the... I used... This is a little more than a half, but I try to break them up so I can use them more. I'm going to drop it in, put the cap on as quickly as I can, flip it upside down, and put it on my bucket. You could do it on a table outside. You can do it right on your driveway. Just make sure wherever you are, you're safe, and you're not going to be in any traffic or anything like that. All right? So we drop it in, put the cap on as quickly as possible, contain the gas, and... Whoa! You didn't really see how high that went, but it went pretty high, and it landed pretty close to me. One thing you can do is as you experiment, you can try to catch them in the air before they hit the ground, especially if you have your rocket with your fins on it and you don't want it to get damaged if it does hit your driveway and that sort of thing. I'm going to do one more for us right now. So this particular one, I'll do one with a little bit more water, and this time a little bit less Alka Seltzer. Just mix it up a little bit. You'll see this piece is a little less than half. The last piece was a little bigger. I'm going to drop it in. You can actually reuse this piece here. You can reuse this again, which is good. I'm gonna drop it in and get my lid ready. Ready, here we go. We'll see if this is gonna create enough. So experiment away, have fun with that. And whoop, you saw that one didn't go as high. Maybe it wasn't as much Alka-Seltzer, too much water. Play around with it. Maybe even wanna do some experimenting. Try hot water versus cold water or lukewarm water. Maybe you want to try salt water. That might change things. You could really have a lot of fun when you do this. Please take video. If you have the capability of slow motion video, that might be good too. I'm going to show you a couple slow motion videos that I created. And take pictures, especially prior to launching, just in case any of them get damaged in your launch. All right, look forward to seeing all your results, and catch you soon. Okay, so a lot of you are wondering where I got this awesome rocket, and you probably have seen it already go in slow motion. It's pretty awesome. It does go ridiculously high, and you'll notice I've only filled this with a little more than 10 milliliters of water, and then right here, right there, I can show you in here, the Alka Seltzer sits on a little ledge, so I can cap it, and this cap really needs to be pushed down snugly, and I cap it nice, and then I flip it just like this, and I'm gonna back away this time so you can see how high it really goes. If you're interested in purchasing one of these, I think they're about $7 online. You can just Google Alka Seltzer Rocket. Notice how far back I am. I might not even get it all the way. I think the last time it just launched while I was filming in slow motion, my boys said that it went about 45 feet up into the air. So, whoa. So there you have it. If that is something that interests you and you want to have a little fun this summer, get one of those Alka Seltzer rockets. It works a little bit better than the film canisters, but it is pretty awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and be able to show not only your family members, but also be able to explain to them how it happens. So look forward to seeing your videos and your pictures of your rockets. See you later.